Hello from Chicago. This is the Raymond Sims Show on the Coliseum Sports Network. I'm Raymond Sims. Let's go for three.
The 76ers lead at 32-17. Westbrook racing. Westbrook elevating the two-handed sledgehammer.
The NBA season is heating up, and so is the MVP race. I think the three guys right now that a lot of people are looking at is James Harden, Stephen Curry, and Russell Westbrook. And if any of these three players were to be picked as the MVP at the end of the year, I don't think there's a wrong answer in that bunch. I think all three of them have their merits for being the top MVP candidate. But since you're not here to hear me vacillate and waffle over who should be MVP, I'll pick one. So if I had to choose MVP today to have the award presented tomorrow, that person would be Russell Westbrook. Now, if you look at advanced stats, you may have come across the stat of VORP, which is value over replacement player. What better stat to look at for most valuable player? So technically, if you look at that stat, Harden leads the way with a 6.2 points produced per 100 possessions. So technically, if you look at that stat alone, should be him. But I think that Westbrook, at least recently, has made a much better case for being a valuable player because of what he's doing without his team's best player and their fight to get into the playoffs. The Thunder are in a very real position to hang on to the playoff spot that they're at, currently 8th, and they're 3.5 games ahead of New Orleans. So the Thunder really could end up in the playoffs, and if they do, then you have to consider somebody like Russell Westbrook, who's just been on a tear with triple doubles as soon as he wakes up in the morning, being able to lead this team into the position that they're in. And once they get into the playoffs, it's a whole other ball game. Now, part of the reason that I've become more excited about Russell Westbrook all started with a video over on B-Ball Breakdown talking about his success and maybe one of the key reasons why Westbrook has just been so phenomenal as of late. The premise is that the addition of Enes Kanter, a scoring big man down low, has been able to open up more opportunities for Westbrook to score and to facilitate. And, I agree with that basically because Enes Kanter is a lot more helpful of a pick and roll man than Kendrick Perkins could be, but also the expanding game of Serge Ibaka as his shooting range is moving further and further out to the perimeter, but he's still that same big athletic body that can rebound and be tough down low, so you never know how to guard him. It's things like that in addition to the additions of like Kyle Singler and then DJ Augustine, who's more willing to be a role player. Additions like that helping Westbrook be his best and be the best player that he can be and showcasing those talents. I do think that has come a long way in helping Russell Westbrook be as great as he has. And then also the fact that he's being utilized more often with Kevin Durant being out. One of the things I don't agree with about Westbrook is the false narrative that has pretty much followed him his entire career, that he's a ball hog. Now, back when I didn't like Westbrook, I was along with people. I didn't like what he was doing. He was playing too reckless. He turned the ball over too much. He gambled too much on defense. I really did feel that he wasn't passing nearly enough. When you look at the stats, it's actually wrong, and not just wrong, but almost the complete opposite. Granted, he could be a chucker. He has a league high in field goals attempted a game, and he's not the most efficient shooter ever. His true shooting percentage is about 54%, which is still above league average, but it's about average. And he can be a runaway freight train when he attacks the basket, but that does help him get to the line almost more than anybody in the league. Harden gets to the line more than he does. Of all those things, and rather those are plus or minuses for you, he's not a ball hog. As a matter of fact, he has the highest assist rate in the league right now at 48.5%. And of course, he's been getting triple doubles. So just off the bat, that means that he's getting more than 10 assists. So not only has he not been a ball hog over the course of his career, he especially hasn't been one lately. So I don't know why that's still coming up for him in that instance. And then if you look at other all-star guards over the past 10 years, Westbrook's numbers are actually pretty much up there with other elite guards that are known for more unselfish play. So just compared to other guards and how much they pass, Westbrook's up there. Out of the 7 seasons he's played, and it's hard to believe that he's already played 7 seasons in the NBA. My goodness, we're getting old, people. He has had 2 seasons where he had less than 6 assists per game, which is about average for an all-star guard. That was his rookie season and the lockout year. Otherwise, every other season, he has averaged more than 6 assists per game. And if you extrapolate the individual seasons of all-star guards over the past 10 seasons, 3 of his seasons are in the top 50 in terms of assist per game performance. So not only is it false, but it's patently false that Westbrook is a ball hog. I mean, there's cons to his game, but ball hogging is not one of them. So let's drop the false narratives and let's just enjoy a basketball player that's being really good at basketball, because I'm sure that's really what we all want. Now, who knows how long this tear is going to last? You would like it to be forever, but things don't work that way. And especially whenever Durant happens to come back, because as far as I know, there's still no timetable on when he'll come back around. But say during the playoffs, we'll have to see just how well Westbrook's output, coupled with the new players, because Durant has yet to play with the guys that came in from Detroit and Utah, how all of that meshes in terms of how well they play during the Thunder playoff run. Because Kevin Durant is going to need and absolutely will deserve a lot of those shots. So maybe Westbrook's output might have to go down a little bit. Keep in mind that out of all the triple-doubles that Westbrook has had, there's only been one instance of a triple-double for Westbrook that Durant was actually played in that game, and that was back on the 16th of January when they hosted Golden State and won. So I used to not like Westbrook, but I have come to recognize his abilities and his growth as a player, and he's definitely one of the league's most elite, and he's definitely making the case for most valuable. Okay, guys, that'll do it for the Raymond Sims Show today. I thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe for more awesome action. I'll do this every week, every Monday. Next week, possible topics include the NCAA tournament, NFL free agency. I might speak my piece on Jim Boeheim. Just tune in next week and be sure to find out. In the meantime, we can continue the conversation down in the comments below, or over on Twitter at Sims Coliseum, or on Facebook on the Sims Coliseum Facebook page. And very soon, I'm going to be getting an Instagram. Soon. So be sure to look out for that. But until then, I thank you for tuning in. Have a wonderful week, everyone.